Do you feel lost? Do you feel like you have nowhere to go? Like, do you feel stuck in your life? Like everybody's got to figure it out except for you? Do you pray and ask God to reveal purpose in your life? Do you ask Him and pray and talk to mentors and trying to figure out what is it that you're meant to do on this earth? Right. And it spins your head because you have all these strengths and you love this, but then you also feel a pulling into what God has called you for. And we're going to talk about different ways of how to discover what your purpose actually is. We're going to talk about some insights, some thoughts on how to get God to reveal the purpose in your life. What's up? My name is Che. I help young adults conquer life's challenges with biblical teachings. Today we're going to figure out how to find your purpose, right? And so that brings me to my first point. My first point. You got to prep for your purpose. I mean, the soil has to be set for your purpose. What does that mean? See, the Bible talks about how Jesus was talking to some of his disciples and he wanted to figure out how to find their life, right? And Jesus talks to them and he says, if you want to find your life, you have to let go of it. And once you lose your life for me, you're going to find it. So which brings me to my first point is if you want to prep for your purpose, you have to submit fully to God's will. That means you have to let go of everything, every single 100% part of your life and put it in God's hands. I see so many people try to drag their desires and their likes and their careers and their things that they want to control, bring them into their new Christian life. The only way God is going to reveal your purpose in your life is if you give up your will, the way you do things, your plans, your goals, your dreams, and exchange it for God's. Now I'm not saying that you'll lose yourself or you'll lose your personality. But I'm saying is you exchange those things, you sacrifice those things, and you pick up God's will. And the only way that's going to happen is if you're willing to die to yourself. Now, I don't mean die as in, let's say you're gone from this earth, but die the identity that you've made for yourself here. It's time to let it go and let God create a new identity in you. And my second point is purpose is a process. That means your purpose doesn't get revealed to you just like that. I wish we could just pray to God and God just answers and he goes, Che, you're going to build rugs for the rest of your life and you're going to be a rug maker. And you're going to be the greatest rug maker this world has ever seen because that's what I need you to do. I wish God could just snap his fingers and tell me what my purpose is. It would make my life easier. That's not how God works. So you have to be patient. When God is revealing his purpose in you, it's not something that just happens just like that because it's not about you, just you. There's things that he has to develop in you. There's things that he has to get rid of. There's things that he has to transform in you in order for you to inherit the purpose that he has for you. And sometimes you want to skip the process and head straight to the product, but that's going to cut us short. See, if you have a razor, if you give a kid a razor, if he wants to shave, if you give it to him too young, he's going to cut himself, right? But if you wait just when the time is right, when he's mature and he's ready and he's been taught, and if you give him the razor, that razor would be a blessing for him. And for some of you, you're waiting your waiting time is too short and you want to skip straight to the product, straight to just give it to me, God, I'm ready. But see, God is working with you and trying to reveal things in you so that way you're actually prepared for what he's given to you. See, you have to be patient in your purpose. See, your purpose is like an onion. Not that it just makes you cry or it's good with food. It's like the more you peel back, the more you reach the core of what it is. Right? And your purpose could sometimes be like with every challenge, with every trial, with every blessing, there's a layer getting peeled back on what your purpose actually is. See, but in order for that to happen, you have to let go of the layer that is now and be okay with God peeling back and revealing what's inside. See, and my third point is you got to position yourself for purpose. See, my favorite story, one of my favorite stories is when David is is crowned king or positioned to be king. The way he was positioned to be king, not because he filed an application, not because he was the strongest, not because he knew the most, but because he was faithful. See, God didn't choose David because he said, I want to be king. David was already doing what he was called to do. He was faithful to his calling. He was faithful to being a shepherd first. And once he was being a shepherd, God called them. And then he positioned them to be king. See, if you want to be positioned in your purpose, you have to be faithful to your calling. That means right now, it might not seem like you're famous. It might not seem like people recognize you. It might not seem like you're doing anything big. But that's where God wants you to be faithful. That's where God wants you to do the work. That's where God wants you to be. And if you could be faithful in the little things, God could position you in way bigger things. So if you want to find your purpose, you want God to position you for your purpose, you have to be faithful to what is now. That means not doing the fancy stuff. That means not doing like things that are going to make you famous, but being faithful to the things that sometimes go unseen. So the question of the day, something that helped me find what my purpose is if you want a clear direction, is start with this question. If you had all the money in the world and you had everything taken care of, your bills, your house, you got everything that you kind of wanted and all your expenses were taken care of, right? What is it that you would be doing? Now, if your answer is, well, nothing because I have everything, I'll just be chilling on the beach and doing something. Yeah, but that will get boring really quick. Everybody's born to do something. Kind of like I said, God doesn't make something on accident. He doesn't go like, yeah, this is just a chair that I made, and this chair is just, I don't know, I just make chairs, right? God makes everything for a purpose, to serve something, right? See, I believe that God made something in you to do. Now, if you had everything taken care of and all your expenses, what is it that you would do? Go ahead and comment below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.